Hey, CrossFit Hyattsville, welcome to Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Today's program starts with a quick warm-up followed by our swings and then a 20-minute AMRAP. So to get started on the warm-up, guys, we're going to go 40 seconds on. You can start with jump rope, or if you have access to a bike or rower, you can do that for 40 seconds. After that, we're going to go shoulder to overhead with the right arm. So shoulder to overhead means you have various options of how to get the dumbbell or kettlebell from your shoulder to overhead. So one way would just be a strict press. Another way would be a push press where I'm going to bend my knees and then use that extension to press the weight out overhead. Another one would be a push jerk where I'm going to dip, drive under, and then stand up with the weight overhead. And then my last option will be a split jerk. So I'm going to dip, drive under, land in a split here. I'm always going to keep my arm up overhead till I bring both legs back underneath me, and then I can bring the weight down. Okay? Any of those options are fine for today. And it really varies or depends on how much weight you have. So if you have a heavy weight, probably going to be using a push jerk or even a split jerk maybe. If you have a lighter weight, go ahead and try and strict press the entire time. Our next movement is going to be a seesaw lunge where our right leg is going to be moving. So our left leg is going to stay in the same position. I'm going to go into reverse lunge with the back knee kissing the ground, right into a forward lunge, and then back to my reverse lunge, forward lunge. Okay, so this first time through, just my right leg is moving. After that, we're going to go into our box crawling. So this is just if you have a confined space, you're going to crawl to your side and then down, across, and back up. Make sure that the hands are underneath the shoulders. So I'm just going to crawl to the side, and then I'll crawl reverse, and then over to the other side, and then forward crawl. If you need to make that easier, just go ahead and lower your knees down to the ground, so that way you're not having to have as much weight elevated onto your hands. Our next one, we're going to go back to our cardio, so whether that's your jump rope, your burpees, your rowing, your bike, quick jog, any of those are fine. Then we're going to go shoulder to overhead on the left arm. Okay, so again, any of the options I went over, you can do that on the other arm. And then we're going to go seesaw lunge with the left leg moving. So in this case, my right leg is going to stay planted, my left leg goes back into reverse lunge, right into a forward lunge, reverse lunge, forward lunge. And then lastly, we're going to do our four-way taps. So this is where we're going to tap each shoulder and then tap each toe. So I'm going to set up in a plank position here, right shoulder, right toes, left toes, and then I'll repeat that same sequence for the 40 seconds. Okay, this is a great way to warm up the shoulders, the wrists, as well as stretch out your hamstrings and your calves when you go to touch the toes. After that, we're going to go into our 50 swings. So you can use a kettlebell or dumbbell, whatever you prefer. Make sure though that you're going to push your butt back and those shins are going to be vertical. I'm going to squeeze my butt and lock the weight out in this position. Next, we get into our WOD. So for this is a 20-minute AMRAP. You're going to go 200-meter run, followed by 20 double dumbbell or kettlebell lunges, then 200 meters run, and then 20 double dumbbell or kettlebell shoulder to overhead. So if you can't run or don't have access to a running area, you can sub 200-meter row, 0.4K bike, 1 minute jumping rope, or 1 minute penguin claps, or 1 minute of burpees. For the weight, it's kind of different today. If you can, I want you to use a third of your body weight. So in this example, if you weigh 150 pounds, a third of that is 50 pounds. So you would use 2 25 dumbbells or kettlebells, or if you only have access to one weight, you would use 1 50-pound dumbbell or kettlebell. Our goal for today is to keep moving. Okay, these movements don't really interfere with each other, meaning we're going to kind of get our heart rate a little elevated on the run, but then we're going to go into our lunges. We're going to go back for our quick little run or row, and then we're going to come in and work the upper body with our shoulder presses. Okay, ideally, this weight should not be that heavy, meaning you should be able to go unbroken on these lunges for sure, and then also on your shoulder to overhead, okay? This shouldn't be where you have to like put the weight down after 5 reps. If that's the case, then it's way too heavy. So pick a weight that you can move relatively unbroken for the entire 20 minutes. In terms of the lunges, we have lots of different variations. I'm going to let you choose today what you want to do. So one option would be a walking lunge, where I just have my weights and then I'm walking for 20 total reps. Another option is to do alternating forward lunges, where I'm going to stay in place. That would be 1, 2. Remember, anytime the back knee kisses the ground, that's a rep. I could go reverse lunge. This would be 1, 2, all the way to 20. And then our other options are for a lateral lunge. That's where we're going to step out to the side, and then we go to the other side, go to 20. Or the other option would be a curtsy lunge, where that would be 1, 2, and again, go all the way to 20. In terms of where to hold the weight, you have a lot more options here as well, okay? And I'm also totally fine, guys, if you want to mix it up. Like maybe your first round through, you're going to do walking lunges. Maybe the next time through, you want to do curtsy lunges. I think it's good to mix it up and have our bodies moving in different planes versus always staying kind of forward and backward in our lunges. But I'll leave that up to you. Going back to where to hold the weight. So we can hold the weight at our sides. So this would be our farmer carry hold here. We can go front rack up onto the shoulders. To make it even harder, we can go overhead while we lunge, okay? Another option is to go offset. What that means is you only have the weight in one hand, okay? So this would be offset. If you're gonna choose this option, guys, I want you to go 10 reps on one side, and then I want you to switch the weight to the other arm for your other 10 reps, okay? Our other options are combinations. So this is where it really gets fun, and you can kind of mix and match. So one might be a farmer carry and a front rack, or a farmer carry while the other arm is in an overhead position. Our other option would be to go a front rack and an overhead. This would be your hardest variation, minus the 2 overhead. Again, if you're gonna mix it up with the combinations, I want you to do one set of 10 reps on one side, and then switch the weights, and then do your 10 reps on the other side. Guys, be sure to note in the comment section how many rounds and reps you finished for the 20 minutes. Also note any modifications you made, and then also let us know what variation you chose to go with, or if you decided to mix it up and try a couple different ones, let us know how that goes. As always, if you have any questions, please let us know. Good luck, have fun, move up.